All right, so we're diving deep into the art of goal achieving today.
Definitely a good one.
And it's not like, just your average self-help pep talk or anything.
Yeah, not at all.
This is, this source is packed with like real strategies
Mm-hmm.
to actually transform your life.
For sure.
I'll admit, some parts had me kind of scratching my head a little bit.
Yeah, that's where I come in, right? To
Exactly.
sort of break it down,
Yeah.
unpack some of those ideas.
Like, okay, I get setting goals, right?
Of course, yeah.
But this source, it's like they take it to a whole other level
They do.
with this whole beginning with the end in mind thing.
Right. It's not just like visualizing success.
Yeah.
It's about being really crystal clear about what success actually looks like.
Yeah.
And they even have this great example in there about, if somebody wants to be healthier, it's like, okay, great, but what does that even mean?
Yeah, right.
And so they use SMART goals, which is like, you want to run a 5K in 3 months by training 30 minutes every day.
Oh, yes.
So that's a good example.
The SMART goals, right?
Yeah.
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound.
Yes.
It's like taking this wishy-washy kind of, I don't know.
Vague idea.
Yeah, and turning it into an actual roadmap.
Exactly.
I like that.
But here's what I thought was really interesting is that before you even set those SMART goals, they talk about doing some inner work first. It's like prepping the soil before you plant the seeds.
Interesting.
And they even have these questions like, who am I? Where am I in the scheme of things?
Okay.
What changes are required?
Those are some pretty deep questions.
Yeah.
It's getting almost philosophical here.
It is, yeah.
But like, how does that, knowing where I am in the scheme of things actually help me achieve my goals?
Well, think about it this way. If you don't know where you're starting from,
Okay.
how can you plot a course to get to where you want to go, right? And that self-awareness is like the foundation of really setting those goals.
So it's like getting to know yourself on a deeper level, which, to be honest, with my schedule, even finding time to like think is a luxury some days.
I hear that.
And then on top of that, there's this whole sanctum sanctorum thing.
Yes.
It sounds kind of mystical, to be honest.
It does.
How does that work for goal setting?
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
The name is a little dramatic,
A
but
little bit.
what it really means is that you're creating a mental space for yourself where you can disconnect from all the noise of the world and really connect with yourself.
Okay.
And the source really emphasizes how crucial that inner transformation is
Okay.
to align your thoughts and your emotions and your actions with your goals.
Inner transformation, all right.
I know, it's a big one.
It sounds intriguing, but how does that actually, like, play out in real life?
Sure.
I can't just, like, snap my fingers and become a totally different person.
You don't have to.
Right.
It's not about becoming somebody else.
Okay.
It's about tapping into your own inner potential.
Okay.
Think about it like this. If you're building a house,
Mm-hmm.
you need a blueprint.
Yeah.
So the sanctum sanctorum is where you create that blueprint
For your life.
for your life.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this all fits together.
Yeah.
So we've got the SMART goals,
Right?
the self-reflection, the inner transformation, but where does the actual achieving part come in?
That's where this lawful process of goal achieving comes in.
Okay.
This is where things get really interesting.
Lawful process.
Oh, no.
Sounds intense.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
Is this like some cosmic rule book we got to follow for success or something?
Well, sort of.
Okay.
What it's saying is that achieving goals is not random. It actually follows natural principles.
Okay.
So it's about recognizing that there is a structure to success.
Okay.
And when you align yourself with this structure, you're much more likely to actually achieve those goals.
All right, I like that. I'm on board.
Yeah.
So what are these laws we need to follow?
Well, the source breaks it down into 3 key steps.
Good.
1 is to set clear goals.
Got it.
2 is to understand the process.
Okay.
And 3 is to be accountable.
All right, so we talked about the clear goals with the SMART goals.
Right.
But what about understanding the process? What does that even mean?
Well, that's all about breaking down your big goal into smaller steps. It's kind of like creating a really detailed roadmap with milestones along the way,
Right.
Think back to that 5K example.
Right.
You wouldn't just show up on race day and hope for the best.
Right. Definitely not.
You'd have a training plan. Right.
So,
You might start with shorter distances, maybe gradually increase your mileage over time.
right. You'd have to work up to it.
So that's understanding the process.
Okay. So it's about taking these big, sometimes very daunting goals,
Yeah.
breaking them down into bite-sized pieces.
Yeah.
But then there's that last step,
Yeah.
The accountability.
Yeah.
That's the one I always struggle with.
Well, accountability is about having those mechanisms in place to actually keep you on track.
Okay.
So that could look like finding a running buddy, hiring a coach,
Okay.
even just telling your friends and family about your goal
Ah,
so they can cheer you on.
keep you honest.
But keep you honest, yeah.
Okay, so it's not about punishment.
No,
It's about support.
exactly. It's about support.
I like that.
Yeah,
So that makes so much more sense.
good.
All right, so we got the big picture stuff, the smart goals, the inner work, this lawful process.
Mm-hmm.
But what about like some actionable takeaways? Like what's the gift we can give our listeners today?
One of the biggest takeaways is that achieving your goals, it's an art, not an accident.
Ooh, I like
It
that.
takes real effort and planning.
Okay.
But here's the thing. It also requires you to be willing to change and grow.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's not just about achieving something external,
Right.
It's about this internal transformation that happens along the way.
Exactly.
And the source really emphasizes having a detailed plan.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like write down your goals.
Write them down.
Break them down into those smaller steps.
Those smaller steps.
Think about the actions you need to take
Mm.
every day, every week, every month
Keep moving forward.
to get closer to that goal.
Yeah, focus on the next step.
Yeah.
Don't get overwhelmed by the entire journey.
And don't forget to celebrate
Yes.
those small victories along the way.
Celebrate those small wins, absolutely.
Yes.
Even something as simple as checking off a task on your to-do list.
Oh, yeah.
It can actually increase your motivation and resilience.
Right.
And it's about finding joy in that journey.
Which I think we forget sometimes.
We do. We get so caught up in the end goal.
So we're not just robots marching towards a goal.
Exactly.
We're allowed to enjoy the ride, which
You are.
this is making me think about all the times I've given up on goals because I got discouraged. What about those times when we hit like roadblocks and setbacks?
Good question.
What does the source say about navigating those bumps?
They don't directly address setbacks,
Okay.
but one thing they do emphasize is remembering your why.
Okay.
Like, why did you set this goal in the first place?
Right.
What is it about achieving this goal that truly matters to you?
Oh, that's powerful.
It is.
Connecting back to your purpose.
Yes.
It could be really motivating when things get tough.
Especially when things get tough.
Yeah, it's like that saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Totally. And remember, setbacks are a normal part of any journey.
Okay.
They don't mean you failed.
Right.
It just means you have an opportunity to learn, adjust, and keep moving forward.
Yeah.
I think the key takeaway here is resilience.
Okay.
That ability to bounce back from
Mhm.
those challenges.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
It's all making so much sense.
Yeah.
I feel like I have like a whole new framework for thinking about goals now.
Yeah.
It's not just willpower.
It's not.
It's like strategy and self-awareness and
Totally.
really embracing the journey.
Embracing the journey.
I love it.
It's a good one.
And remember, we're just scratching the surface here.
We are.
There's so much more to explore in the art of goal achieving.
Absolutely.
But these are some key insights that can really help you
Yeah.
start creating a life that actually reflects your vision.
I love it.
So we'll be back in a moment with more insights from this awesome source.
Looking forward to it.
Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. Welcome back.
Okay, so before the break, we were talking about resilience.
Yes.
That ability to just bounce back from those setbacks and keep moving forward,
Exactly.
which is something I definitely need to work on.
We can all work on that.
And it's funny because sometimes I feel like I get so focused on the destination
Yeah?
that I forget to enjoy the actual journey.
Yeah. That's a common trap, I think.
Yeah.
And the source really emphasizes the importance of finding joy in the process.
Right.
It's not just about achieving the goal. It's about the growth and the transformation that happens along the way.
Yeah, it's like that quote, life is a journey, not a destination.
Exactly.
But sometimes that journey can feel pretty bumpy.
It can.
So, speaking of the journey and all that, the source talks about accountability
Yeah.
and having those support systems in place.
Mm.
Does it have anything to say about mentorship?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't go into a ton of detail,
Okay.
but it highlights the value of having someone who's already walked the path
Oh, okay.
that you're on.
Okay.
Someone who can offer guidance, share their experiences, and maybe even help you avoid some of those pitfalls that they encountered.
Oh, that's so helpful.
Right.
Yeah, it's like having a trail guide. And you're
Exactly.
hiking through like unfamiliar terrain.
Totally.
They can like point out the best paths, warn you about potential hazards, help you stay on track.
Keep you safe.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think what the source is saying is that mentorship is not just about having someone to cheer you on,
Correct.
although that's definitely important.
Yes.
But it's also about having someone who can offer strategic advice and insights.
So less of a cheerleader and more of a coach.
More of a coach.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Someone who can really help you develop your skills, push you to reach your full potential.
But do you have to have, like, a formal mentor for that to work?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Mentorship can take many forms. It could be a friend, a family member, a colleague,
Right.
anyone who you admire and respect,
Okay.
and who is willing to share their knowledge and expertise with you.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be this, like, super official, intimidating thing.
It doesn't.
You can find mentors in all sorts of places.
You can, yeah.
That's really encouraging, actually.
It is.
You know, one thing that really stuck out to me about this source
Yeah.
was this emphasis on living life on your own terms. What does that actually mean in the context of goal achieving?
It means that goal setting isn't just about checking off a list of accomplishments.
Yeah.
It's about designing a life that's really authentic to who you are
Right.
and what you truly value.
Right.
It's about aligning your goals with your values and creating a life that brings you a sense of purpose and fulfillment.
So it's about more than just hitting those external markers of success.
More than that.
It's about creating a life that feels meaningful,
Yeah,
that's aligned with, your inner compass.
exactly.
I love that.
It's about making choices that reflect what truly matters to you,
Mhm.
not what society expects of you or what you think you should be doing.
Right.
It's about what you want.
This is powerful stuff.
It is.
I feel like this source is really giving us a whole new way to think about goals.
I think so too.
It's not just about achieving things.
Right.
It's about creating a life that we love.
Exactly.
And the source reminds us that achieving those goals is not a matter of luck or circumstance.
It's
It's about understanding these natural principles
yes.
and aligning ourselves with them.
Absolutely.
Setting those clear goals, understanding the process, being accountable, finding those support systems,
Yes.
and most importantly, living life on our own terms.
It's a good recipe.
It is. It's like we're given the keys to the kingdom.
It is.
But are we really supposed to have it all figured out?
That's a great question.
Like, what if you're still trying to figure out what you want, what your purpose is,
Totally.
what it even means to live life on your own terms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay?
That's part of the journey. And the source really encourages us to embrace that process of self-discovery
Oh, yeah.
and to be patient with ourselves. It's
Yeah.
not about having all the answers right away. It's about being willing to ask the questions
Right.
and to keep exploring.
So it's an ongoing process.
It is
Not a one-time event.
exactly.
I can definitely relate to that.
Me too.
Sometimes I feel like I should have it all figured out by now.
I know that pressure.
Yeah.
But the source reminds us it's okay to be on that journey of self-discovery.
Right.
It's about continuous growth and evolution.
I like that.
It's a good one.
So we've got those mentors, those support systems,
Yeah.
and of course, this awesome source
Of course.
to guide us along the way.
Always helpful.
We're going to take a quick break and come back with some final thoughts
Okay.
and a question to leave you pondering.
Love it. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Deep Dive.
It's good to be back.
We've been unpacking the art of goal achieving, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh, so many good nuggets in this source.
So many good insights, right?
And we've talked about so much already.
We have.
Like the SMART goals and the self-knowledge and the sanctum sanctorum concept
That's a good one.
and this whole idea of a lawful process for reaching our goals.
Absolutely.
But, like with any deep dive, we've only just,
Scratch the surface.
there's always more.
Always more to uncover.
Yeah.
But we did promise to leave you with a thought-provoking question.
Yes, we did.
Something to really chew on.
To ponder.
Yeah, as you continue your own exploration, of this whole topic.
I think one of the biggest themes throughout this whole deep dive has been this idea of living life on your own terms.
Yeah. Right.
It's like the ultimate goal.
Like the North Star.
The North Star. Yeah.
It guides everything.
Guides all the other principles.
It's about taking control of your own destiny.
Yes.
Designing a life that really reflects,
Mm-hmm.
your deepest values and aspirations.
Absolutely.
But what does that actually look like,
That's the question.
in practice?
That's what we want to leave you with today.
Okay.
If achieving goals is truly about living life on your terms, what does that actually mean for you?
Wow. That is a big question.
It is a big one. It's not just about what you want to achieve.
It's not just the what.
It's the how,
It's the why.
the why.
What kind of life you want to create.
Yeah.
What does it mean to live authentically for you?
Right.
What are your passions?
What makes you come alive?
Yeah, are you making choices that actually align with your values?
Right. It's about digging deep
Digging deep.
and asking yourself those tough questions.
Absolutely.
What brings you joy? What makes you feel alive?
Yeah.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave?
And this is where the real work begins.
This is it. Right.
Right. It's not enough to just read about these concepts or listen to this deep dive.
No.
You have to take this knowledge and apply it
It's true.
to your own life.
This deep dive has given you the framework, the tools.
The inspiration, hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah, the inspiration.
Yeah.
But it's up to you to use all that to create a life that you love.
Absolutely.
So, dear listener,
take some time to sit with this question.
really ponder it.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you to live life on your own terms?
Let that be your guide.
Yeah, your guiding principle as you set those goals, make those plans, navigate the exciting journey ahead.
And remember, you don't have to have all the answers right now.
No, it's a process.
This is a lifelong process.
Embrace the journey. Keep striving to create that life that is both meaningful and fulfilling.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the art of goal achieving.
It does.
Hopefully you found this exploration as insightful and as inspiring as we did.
Until next time.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep reaching for those stars.
You got this.